Okay, good morning, everyone. This is our April meeting of the Concilio Latino. And the West County Concilio Latino is a network for individuals and organizations working with the Latino community in West Contra Costa County, which meets monthly to identify needs, share resources, information, and advocate for gaps in services for the Latino community at the local, state, and federal levels, and specifically address the needs of the monolingual Spanish-speaking community. Concilio Latino partners with coalitions of diverse civil and human rights organizations to advocate and participate in activities, events, and movements towards social justice for all underserved, underrepresented, and targeted communities. We also recognize that we are presently on the lands of the Chochenyo, Huecma, Carcan, Ohlone peoples, and acknowledge them as the first inhabitants of the land we currently occupy. And thank you and welcome everyone. So let's start with our introductions. My name is Consuelo Lara and I'm the facilitator for today, and I'm a retired teacher, and I'm also on the Contra Costa County Board of Education. And let's start with Madeline.
I'm Madeline Cronenberg. I'm a retired teacher. I'm retired school board member for West Contra Costa, and I'm here representing the West Contra Costa County League of Women Voters.
Very good. Kristen.
Hi, I'm Kristen Pursley, and I'm a teacher in the West Contra Costa Adult Education ESL program, and I teach citizenship.
Betty.
I'm a retired school public health nurse, and I'm here for Healthcare for All California and East Bay Peace Action.
Thank you. Jessica.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Jessica Leal, a Community Engagement Officer for Travis Credit Union.
Thank you. And is that Yoli?
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Yoali, and I'm a community organizer with First 5 Contra Costa.
Thank you. And Francisco.
Good morning, everyone. Francisco Ortiz. I'm a 5th grade teacher on release this year to serve as vice president and the community schools lead for United Teachers of Richmond. Happy to be here.
Thank you. All right. Thank you to everyone. Let's get started with our presentations. And we are starting with Cinthia Hernandez. And Cinthia, you can introduce yourself and then share about your work. Okay, thank you.
Yes, hi, good morning, everyone. Thank you for allowing me to be in this meeting and present to you about what I do. So I actually work for Richmond YOUTHWORKS. So we're a youth program here in the city of Richmond, and we provide employment and training opportunities for youth ages 16 to 24. So I'm gonna go ahead and share a presentation that I have. Sorry. Is everyone able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So once again, I'm here from Richmond YOUTHWORKS. So our program mission here at Richmond YOUTHWORKS is we're part of the City of Richmond Employment and Training Division. We run several programs to assist opportunity youth. Before they used to be called at-risk and in-risk youth. Ages 14 to 24 in the community, finding career and pathway employment. Some of our services include intensive case management. We have what we call year-round programs. So we are state funded, state and federal and local government funded. We have what is called the Workforce Innovation Opportunity Act, WIOA of 2014 that was established. And that allows us to provide employment and career training for youth. We also work with dislocated youth workers, those youth who were employed but were laid off due to COVID or to whatever other reason. We try to help them up their skill sets and go back into the workforce. And we work with students with disability, and we have our work experience program. So I will be focusing on talking to you guys about both our work experience program for Richmond residents and for those students with IEPs and 504 plans. So some of our participation-based services include academic support, apprenticeship training, business and industry field trips, on-the-job training, life skills and work readiness workshops. We do offer support services for those youth who are enrolled in our Workforce Innovation Opportunity Act program. We're able to help them we can offer up to $800 of supportive services that can be used to obtain a driver's license, a state ID, if they need a Clipper card, if they need training and work clothes, interview clothes, if they need to take a drug screen, or if they need to get a certificate to be able to obtain a job. We also were able to reimburse them if they need a computer. We can reimburse them up to that $800, and many more other services that we have, and we can help the youth. So our staff here is made of 4 individuals, which is Bokai from Bufa, who's our program manager. We have Shai Carter, who's another employment program specialist. Myself, Cinthia Hernandez, and Manuel Covarrubia, who's a program assistant. We recently hired 2 additional youth to work with us and helping with office tasks and learning how to do intake. So we're training the youth to be able to go out and obtain long-term employment. So like I said, some of the services we provide, it's for employment and career-related opportunities. We also help some of the youth that come along our way. They're out-of-school youth. They're either dropped out of high school or want to pursue higher education, and we also try to help them get back onto the right path. Like I said, right now, we're focused on making sure that our youth are receiving the most up-to-date training and vocational training. We have a lot of funds to help youth go back into school, either a short-term career. If they want to go to higher ed, we're also able to provide some services there. So what we have right now is the Reimagine Richmond Work Experience Program. So last year, the city of Richmond allocated $1.9 million to YOUTHWORKS to provide work experience for 500 youth in Richmond and Contra Costa County. Our internships pay $16.64 an hour. Youth are able to work between 100 to 300 hours of work experience. The youth are able to be eligible 2 ways. One is being a Richmond resident, and then the other one is having an IEP or 504. The type of internships we offer, right now we have 70 plus work sites who are interested in hosting our youth and mentoring. Some of the typical fields that we have is admin, office assistant, medical and health, computer technology, energy efficiency and water conservation, hospitality, accounting, social justice and advocacy, animal service, creative arts, production and outdoor work, labor, recreation, retail, customer service, and teacher's assistant. And we do have the youth go through a variety of workshops. Right now, because of COVID, we had to do our workshops online and self-paced, but we offer work etiquette, money management, sexual and work harassment. We have a partnership with UC Berkeley. They come in and do the OSHA training, and we have how to do a resume, how to prepare for an interview. We help them with their how to submit their timesheets, and we do have an orientation for them just to give them a rundown of what the expectations are for them and what they should expect in their internships. So youth can be eligible 2 ways. So option 1 is, like I said, being a Richmond resident. We do ask for proof of Richmond residency. and they have to be between ages 16 to 24. Again, we do ask for proof. And the second option is students with an IEP or 504 plan. This is a partnership with the Department of Rehab, so DOR. They do have to be enrolled in school. They have to be between the ages 16 to 21. They have to be a Contra Costa County resident. They don't have to be just Richmond. And they do have to bring in proof of their IEP or 504. We do have a strong relationship with WCC USD. Richmond High Kennedy. We connect with them every other day to try to see if they have any youth who are looking for a work experience program. So they're able to apply using an online application. That's the system we use. It's fairly easy. Once we receive their application, we review it. We make sure that they're eligible either by being a Richmond resident or by having an IEP or 504, and they'll come in for an in-person intake appointment. We'll complete paperwork, the necessary paperwork and the payroll paperwork, and then they'll attend the workshops. Once they complete all their workshops, they'll get their placement. And then here's some of the documents that we do ask them to bring with them: a picture ID, their social security card, proof of address, proof of age, an IEP or 504 if they have it, a school transcript or a class schedule, because some of our youth want to work during the school year, and we just want to make sure we accommodate that schedule. Again, we do serve everyone regardless of legal status. So we're open to work with each individual on a case-by-case basis. And that is it. Thank you so much. Does anyone have any questions?
Okay, thank you so much. Are there any questions? You put your hand up, or yeah, just ask any questions. Okay, well, I have a couple. Oh, there goes Kristen. Okay, Kristen, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just wondering if you ever refer any of your clients to the adult school, since we have job training, and anyone over 18 can be an adult school student.
We do. Actually, we have a partnership with the adult school we co-enroll it in our adult services, because our youth services don't have funding for training. So we co-enroll with adult, and we send the youth over to WCC USD adult school, and for electrician, for HVAC, and depending on the field they want to go to. But yeah, we do send them over too.
Oh, great. So they go to those programs at El Cerrito High at night. Great, thank you.
Cool. Yes, Jessica.
I hope you can hear me because I'm driving, but I was just interested in knowing more about your financial education for the students, because at Travis Credit Union, we offer a lot of different topics, you know, like how to read your paycheck, savings, a Mad City Money program that is like hands-on experience on budgeting. So I would be interested in learning more about what you already have offering, and how we can work together to provide you with more resources.
Yeah, so currently the curriculum, we came up with it. We learned from other different sources, how to read their paycheck, what is the importance of having a bank account, of credit, you know, learning about your credit score, and in regards to all those type of things, and how to open a bank account, how to manage your money, how to read your paychecks, and those type of things. But I really want to learn more about the services you guys offer and see how we can partner to better educate our youth.
Okay, yes, definitely. We'll connect after this.
Yeah, I forgot to say, please put your name and your email in the chat so that people can we can contact each other. Okay, and Francisco.
Thank you. Thank you for your presentation, Cynthia. I really appreciate this information. I was just curious, one, I'm not sure if you already mentioned this, how long perhaps the city of Richmond will continue this partnership, and if there are any avenues for young people who are participating in this program to potentially get job training to come back into the school district or work back in schools and potentially fill gaps in our staffing here in the district for folks who might be interested in working with students again.
Yeah, so we actually were approved for this work experience for the next 2 years. So this year, next year, and the following year. So we're gonna receive that same amount of funding, the $1.9 million to provide work experience. And those youth who are interested in pursuing a career in education or anything, we have other support service, other services that we're able to offer. We have, here we're a little constrained of what we can do with some of the money we receive from the different sources. But what we have, what is called an ETPL list, which is the eligibility list for the state of California. And we go on that list and we see what certificates or what programs or training programs are offered. I know that I have 2 of my youth who are interested in going into early childhood development because they want to get their credentials and, you know, become a teacher in the long run, but they want to start small. They want to work with preschool students. So we're able to help them pay for that training where it doesn't come out of their financial aid. It'll come out of our pocket. And then when they're ready to transfer to a 4-year, they're able to use that financial aid that they need. But we do want to build a stronger relationship with the district so we can build a pathway, either starting them as aides or teachers' aides in the classroom. And we, like I said, we have some partnership with Richmond High. Some of the students currently are working in the after school program. In the summer, I know they were helping also in the summer school setting, being a teacher's assistant. So they're getting that experience and wanting to see if they want to go into teaching to education, either being in the classroom or out of the classroom. So we're building that partnership already.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for that. Okay, because I was wondering also, I know that there's an effort from the Employment and Human Services Department or the Community Service Bureau, that department from the Contra Costa County, or from the county. And so I was wondering if there would be, if I could maybe connect you with a couple of other folks who are looking to grow our own programs and specifically with ECE. And I can include that in the chat. So thank you, Cinthia. Yeah,
that would be awesome. I'm homegrown. I tell people YOUTHWORKS helped me get to where I'm at right now. I started my career I went to get my ECE credits as a preschool teacher. I seen that, I'm more of a person being outside of the classroom. So I decided to just go into social work because that's, where my passion is at, but I still want to be involved. So yeah, that'll be great. I would love to connect with the Community Services Bureau. I used to work with them as an intern.
That's awesome. Okay. Thank you, Cinthia.
And you graduated from Richmond High School, right?
I did. I graduated from Richmond High, Contra Costa College, and then I just recently graduated from UC Berkeley with my BA.
That's great. And when you came to to talk to the girls, you said, oh, I was in this classroom when I was here. That was wonderful. We love those homegrown stories. And any more questions? Because I have a few. Okay. I was wondering, because you said you have a partnership with Richmond High. What about the other school, the other high schools?
We're working on a partnership with El Cerrito and Kennedy. El Cerrito actually reached out to us, and Pinole. So we're trying to build those relationships with other schools in the area because now I know that our district is open and you're able to go to whatever, you ask for a transfer and you're able to go to a different school. It doesn't have to be locally in Richmond. So that's what we're trying to build. Right now with Kennedy, we're also trying to make them a work site to have so they can supervise some of the youth who have applied and have expressed interest, like, oh, my teacher in IT said that I can be their teacher's assistant, you know, and I'm like, okay, yeah, but I don't have a work site. So I'm waiting for the principal, and I actually have a meeting scheduled with them next week to try to see where we're at in the process. But yeah, we're trying to continue to build those strong relationships with the high schools in the area.
Yeah. And do you have a partnership with the community college already?
We don't.
Okay. All right. Because that would be a good one to have also. I don't know if you know Myra Padilla.
I've known her because I went to Contra Costa College, but I don't know her. But
If you should send her an email, and I'm sure she would respond. She's my connection there. So she would be a wonderful connection. I think that would be a great partnership. And just, you know, that the high schools and the community colleges all have these career fairs, right?
yes.
Do you get asked to participate in those, or club rush days? They have those as well.
Well, because of COVID, we have not been doing any outreach or recruitment until now. It's getting back up to normal, quote unquote.
Yeah.
You know, and so we're hoping to be invited. And if not, then I tend to reach out and be like, hey, I see you have a career fair coming up. Are we able to stop by?
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, because that's where you get all the kids that come to that. So for sure. Let me see. Okay, no more questions. Oh, thank you. This is so wonderful. And I like we make those connections. Thank you so much. And we're recording this, and we're going to put it up everywhere we can so more people know about these services. Okay, Cynthia, thank you so much. All right. Well, our other speaker did not show up, and so that gives us lots of time for announcements and networking. So you can raise your hand, your virtual hand, or just, yeah, anybody have anything to announce? What's going on?
It's all quiet. I'll say one thing. The league is partnering with the Diablo Valley League to do we do a monthly webinar. And this month it's going to be on sustainability. And you can check it out on, if you go to, actually we partner with the Contra Costa Library and with the Contra Costa TV. So if you go to the library's website, you can, that's one of the places that you can go to register for it. And then I repost it on the League of West Contra Costa County's website once we do it. This month, it's going to be sustainability. Next month in May, it's going to be misinformation and disinformation and tools to make you a more informed voter. So that's happening. And the other thing the League is doing is we're doing forums. And I'll be posting the links in the to the forums for the election forums. We're going to do a forum on a justice forum with the sheriffs, the candidates for sheriff and the candidates for district attorney on May 2nd. So that's coming up, and hopefully we'll have one for the congressional candidates then as well. So just stay tuned. And it's an important race. We shouldn't lose sight of the June 7th race because it really is important. There's also the election of the county elections, the head of the county clerk who's in charge of county elections.
That's great. And Madeline, any of those, like if you have them in the form of a press release kind of thing, you send them to me and I'll send them out to all the,
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
create something. And then actually the other thing you could send out is the link once it's done.
Yes, please.
Right? Because the great thing would be is if they would share it on their, and then ask people to share the link or post it to their own websites. Then people can see these, because otherwise, you know, you wind up with a much more limited number and people don't know. That's
Yeah.
the biggest.
Yeah. So getting the word out. Okay. Well, it'll help with that, getting everything out to people. Okay, very good. Kristen, you're next.
I think Francisco was before me.
Oh, okay, Francisco.
Okay, thank you. Just wanted to just briefly share that the district has completed and submitted its grant for the Community Schools Partnership Program, which is the state investment of $3 billion over the next 5 years to support new community schools or the development of existing and expansion of already existing community schools. So we already had a community school program here in our district, which had 22 community schools, and with this new grant opportunity, that has been expanded to 32 schools. So now there will be a total of 32 schools who are applying for the implementation grants up to for the next 5 years. And so this process was brought forth through an opt-in process. So all of the schools that were eligible for the funding needed to have a set of commitments that were aligned to the 4 pillars of community schools as highlighted in the CDE framework, which are integrated student supports, family and community engagement, expanded learning opportunities and time, and the other one is, oh shoot, I'm blanking out now. Let me just remember this. Integrated student supports, family community engagement, and the last one is collaborative leadership and practices. And so on that vein, all of the schools who were opting in needed to have a commitment form that was signed by the school's principal and the representative for United Teachers of Richmond, so that there is a collaborative approach to the 4 commitments. And so we will find out when or at the May State Board of Education meeting if our district has been awarded the grant funding for the Community Schools Partnership Program, which will then begin a longer schools needs and assets assessment of the community, which would drive the engagement and the planning and implementation of the supports aligned to the 4 pillars in the upcoming grant funding for the next 5 years. So that's an update on the community schools effort here in the district. And then also the district is also embarking on a strategic plan engagement through a guiding coalition set of meetings. They started yesterday with the Kennedy of Cerrito family, and they'll be holding 3 meetings for each school family. I'll drop the link. I think I can put it into the chat. I just have to hop onto my computer really quick. For the El Cerrito Kennedy family, then the Pinole Hercules family, and the Deanza Richmond family. And then there's also going to be virtual meeting options in April, late at the end of this month, May 12th, and then June 1st. And I will go ahead and include those as well.
Great. And I'm just so happy to see that this is happening, because we've had community schools, like Francisco said before. And when I came to this district in 1999, I believe there was the beginning. Helms was beginning to be a community school, and it just flourished into that. And now this whole concept, this model has just been enhanced and expanded. I'm just thrilled. And it's what we need right now, because it really looks at not just the child, the community, the family. So it's a great model. And I really, I'm just so glad that we have this going. And Francisco, thank you for bringing this information. Keep us updated about what's going on and anything we can do to help as well. So thank you, Francisco. Okay, Kristen.
Yeah, thanks. Actually, I just had a question for Madeline about, is there like a schedule of those workshops that the league is doing?
Forums?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I'll send it. I probably am the person to create it, and I've been very distracted this week, but I will do it as soon as I can. the two places, the other place you can go is go to the League of Women Voters of Diablo Valley, because I think they've posted it on their website.
Oh, okay.
You can look there, and you can look at the Contra Costa Library, but there are a few more that are in the planning, but that we haven't totally put together yet, that are coming.
Great, thank you. And I actually had a really quick question for Francisco also. Did I hear you say at one point that they're looking for tutors for older people to be tutors? Or did I just imagine that?
I don't recall mentioning tutors during today's presentation, Kristen.
Not today, it was another time, and I thought, oh, I should have.
So one of the things that I shared at, I think at a previous meeting, is that during the teacher focus groups, so there was a discovery process where they had a focus group for community members, families, community-based partners, educators, and labor. And so something that really surfaced during the teacher focus groups was that specifically focusing on expanded learning opportunities and time, that currently what teachers see is that the identification for intervention sometimes does not seem to be, it seems to take a mile wide approach as opposed to having more targeted support. So I think something that surfaced was having tutoring groups that were less than 10 students, because if we have, a tutoring group in expanded learning or during an intervention group, it might not be able to provide the impact that it was designed to have. So I think that's maybe what I shared at a previous meeting. But I think that, it seems exciting with the work that Cinthia is doing, and potentially having that, adult tutors, coming back into our district and supporting that work.
Right, because I'm connected with a program that might know people that are interested in tutoring. So thanks.
Very good. All right, thank you, Kristen and Francisco. Are there any other questions? Oh, yes, announcements. Jessica.
Yes, I just want to announce that we do have free financial education webinars on our website, and I'll put in the link there for adults. We have for teens and in Spanish also, and we record them, so the recordings are available on our website as well, and you just can sign up and watch them for free. You don't have to be a member to be able to take advantage of those resources.
Great, thank you. All right, any other announcements? Okay, Sonia Bustamante, you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, everybody. Good morning. Sonia Bustamante, Supervisor John Joya's office. I'm the Chief of Staff and a resident of San Pablo, and mom of a West County Unified School District student.
Okay, any announcements from the office?
Oh my goodness, so many. We might, I would just say that one of the announcements would be that Measure X allocations that were voted on by the board, we're gonna start seeing those investments going out into various different areas. There is going to be this year a housing project being built in San Pablo on El Portal, and that's going to be serving people who are currently experiencing homelessness. So you'll be seeing a community groundbreaking announcement soon. And so many things, but I'd say those are the two most relevant right now. Okay. I'll have more, I'm sure, for you next meeting.
Okay, and if you want to send me anything, I can send it out to everybody also. Okay, that'll be good. All right, any last words or last announcements from anybody? Any more announcements? All right, I think we're done for today. Thank you all. And a lot of contacts there in the chat. And this, it will be, this has been recorded and it will be sent out and all of you can share it. And we also put it on our Facebook page for the Concilio. All right, well, that ends our meeting for today. All right.